Hello, we're here in Sparta, Illinois, home of Sparta Aero, and it's January 7th, and this is where we're working on the Cub, getting it ready for the flight in April. Hello, I'm Brian Kissinger, and this is part of Brain's flight. This is the L4 Cub that I plan on flying across the country and later on this year in April. As you can see, we don't have the engine on the front that's going to come here later this week, but right now we're working on getting the fuel system finished. We'll be finishing the glass. But more importantly, this airplane is a 1942 L4 Piper Cub that was used during World War II to train Army Air Corps pilots. And I'll use it later on this year in my mission to raise awareness and money for brain tumor and cancer research. So come on with me as I show you a little bit more about the airplane. As you can see, the L4 Cub, the Army version of the Piper Cub, is basically a Piper Cub. The main thing that they did was to cut away the back part and make a lot of glass for a observation airplane. As you can see in this stage of the restoration, we're finishing it up. We will put new glass on the back, and then also just finish up the rest of the cockpit part of it, and then just a lot of the finishing touches, put the engine on there, and have the plane ready to go in April. So one of the next things we have to do is to work on the fuel system. We already have a wing tank up in the left wing, and that will feed down and connect in with the main tank, which will go here. Then we'll work on the boot cowling, putting that on the around the front, and then the engine mount. And then of course one of our sponsors is Don Dream Machines, Don Swartz out of Griffin, Georgia, and we should have that engine back any day now. So thanks to Don for his generous help of donating all the labor. But that's going to be a great C85 that will go on there, almost putting out 100 horsepower, and so it's going to be a big boost for the airplane. So once we get all that finished up here, of course, like I mentioned, we'll finish putting all the glass, doing all the finishing touches on the airplane, and then probably here within about 6 to 8 weeks we'll have the airplane ready to test fly and get it ready. Once we finish the fuel system, as I mentioned before, of course the boot cowling will go on, and the windshield and everything else, and then we'll work with the engine mount, and then the engine and the propeller, and then we will hopefully have the airplane ready to take it out and test fly. And this is the original instrument panel that the airplane was delivered with from the factory to the Army. And with it, we'll put the instruments back in it. Of course, the RPM gauge, the compass, airspeed indicator, altimeter, and then the joint oil temperature and oil pressure gauge. So until get the airplane all back together and then in the air, I have to just be happy with sitting in the airplane and making airplane noise. Thanks for watching our podcast.